Okay, but now I'm back. I had to get some actual sauce so I can have stuff to dip my fries in and all of that. But essentially I guess I wanted to tell y'all about my trip to Maryland over the weekend. It was good. Here we are. It's already what, Thursday again? I think today's Thursday. And so it's almost been a week since I went. I spent 4 days there. Mm, Actually, we was in Pennsylvania for the first, I want to say 3 days. And the last day I spent in Maryland and DC or whatever. This is really good. The fries are really good. Normally I like my fries like super, super crispy. But these are fine how they are. Okay. But anyways, guys, like I came to this revelation while I was out of town because of course I was hanging out with spiritual friends, and that's what happens. You just be surrounded by synchronicities and spiritual lessons when you hanging out with people. Mm, that's almost the same vibe. Oh my god. Thanks. It's right here. Wait, you can have some more fries. Huh? Mm-hmm. There's some more fries. That's all? Okay. You're welcome. Okay. But yeah, that's okay. But what was I about to say? Yeah, so I don't know. Like I ran a couple across a couple of issues while I was there or whatever. You know, if y'all don't know, on my other channel, I be having rants, and I'm trying to get out of that. Like, mm, mm, I've always been pretty vocal my whole life, especially when it comes down to defending myself. I usually don't let stuff slide. Thank you, son. I usually don't let stuff slide when it comes down to me, like, actually defending myself, standing up for myself, and, like, standing up against people that try to attack me. Like, that was the number one thing that made me, like, a black sheep in my mother's home, was because I wasn't, like, that subservient kid that, that got accused or yelled at for something that they didn't do, and they just sat there and took it. You know how my brother and sister, they'll be pissed because they'll be like, just be quiet. Well, honestly, I'm the type of person that always would have rather took the ass whooping than to sit around and act, as if that was okay. Like, I don't like injustices against me. And I get very vocal to defend myself. And I've had a history of doing that. Here on YouTube, on my other channel, mm, I'm not the type of person to start stuff, but I'm definitely the type of person that speak up when I feel like somebody not, they doing something that's wrongful, like something that I know for a fact I don't deserve. If I deserve it, then you might not hear me defend myself at all. You might just hear me take that shit like a champ on the chin, you know? But what I will say is that, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I thought I only took a couple packs of ketchup. I took all of them. House sauce. Here. It's not. I thought they would have put two with all this dang on chicken. There wasn't no other one in the bag. But anyway, what was I gonna say? So I ran into a situation, something that I would have normally spoke up on. But somebody was making unfair accusations about me. You know, kind of slinging my name through the mud, exaggerating as much as they could to make me look bad, to make me look like some type of demonic force, and some more. And you know, it took a lot. It took a lot. It took a lot for me not to address it, defend myself, because, like I said, stemming from all the way childhood, I've always defended myself, even against my mother, and that would just get me annihilated. Like, I would literally get the worst ass whoopings because I just didn't know when to shut up and how to shut up. And even this time, I spoke up on it a little bit when I said I wasn't going to speak up on it at all. And I regretted it, as I usually do, because essentially I allow people to take me outside of my character and act in a way that I don't want to be portrayed, especially now when it comes down to being on the internet. And so I just decided, like, you know what? This is a lesson that continues to perpetuate itself because obviously I'm not learning from it. The next time, don't even address it. Stop feeling like you gotta check people because people already know what they do. And that's their whole intentions. Is to take you out of character, have you being portrayed in a way where you're not, in a way that you're really not in front of others. As well as have you in regret later. Like, why did I allow that? And it's sad. Because literally, this is the way it happens for me every time. Every single time, I decide, you know what? Don't let this person get away with saying this about you or saying that about you. Think about how they're going to have the world looking at you. Defend yourself. Stand up and tell everybody it's not true. When essentially, no matter how much I debunk accusations that people make about me, people are going to choose to believe what they want to believe anyway. So why just not continue to exude your true character? And the people that choose to decide to try to get to know you outside of what people just say about you just because they want to hurt you, then they'll see that what that person said was completely untrue about you. And that's happened to me a lot. Over the summertime, somebody made a really, really mean, nasty video about me. And honestly, to this day, I still don't know what it said because I chose not to watch it. For the simple fact that I know how I am. And at the time, the person that made the video about me, I really, really cared about them. And I didn't want my feelings to switch. And I didn't want to get to spewing off negative things that I know about this person in order to embarrass them and humiliate them the way that they humiliated me in a sense. So essentially, I just chose not to watch the video because I knew that I could turn around and do the same thing and hurt that person as much as they was trying to hurt me. So that same person, 8-9 months later, felt the need to mention our relationship or mention our friendship, our past friendship again. Mind you, we've never spoken since they made this really long 31 minute long video bashing me, talking about my kids, talking about everything, you know, just bashing me as much as they can. It's hot. People definitely told me, but I refused to go and listen to it myself. And you know what was really funny? Is that a lot of people found me through this person's channel. And they came and they looked and they saw that the way he was trying to portray me was the exact opposite of the real, true essence and energy that I held. And they unsubscribed from his channel and they subscribed to mine. And so essentially, he don't know in many ways, yeah, a lot of people listen to you. A lot of people prejudge me because of what you said. But a lot of people took the time to come see for themselves. And for those people, they immediately unsubscribed and subscribed to my channel because they see that I didn't rebut. I didn't go try to hurt him. Instead, he wait 8 months later and try to do it to me again. For no reason, because we ain't been in no contact. But what I learned over the weekend, while I was in Maryland and Philadelphia, with my spiritual friends, was that not everything deserves a reaction. And just like I didn't watch the video before so that I wouldn't give him a reaction, I just decided, look, don't watch nothing else of his, because even after he hurt you the first time, you was still supporting him, still watching his videos to give him a view and everything else. And then he comes around 8 months later after you just been out of sight and should have been out of mind and decide that he want to bash you again. So just don't watch him anymore. Don't support him. Don't have his back. None of that. And so that's what I'm deciding not to do. That way it's nothing for me to respond to. That same technique that I used 7-8 months ago, when he bashed me and dragged me on the World Wide Web, and I still forgave him anyways and treated him like a decent human being despite the way he smeared my name. My remedy is to not reply. It's not. The difference between last time and this time is he put my name out there. Now this time he gave great hints that if anybody that really knows me, they'll know he was talking about me. But for anybody that's smart, they'll know that what he did is very narcissistic. It's very narcissistic to try to turn people against somebody just because you don't resonate with them. If you don't like somebody, just don't talk to them, which we haven't done. And so that should be the end of it. So I'm just here to tell you guys that, you know, if you don't learn from, you know, past things that have happened, because of course this is something that has happened to me before. I've been betrayed by a lot of people that I loved and cared about and I would do anything for. And so this isn't my first rodeo with his type of energy. And it's still disappointing, but obviously it was a lesson that I still needed to learn in the situation. So with that being said, I'm grateful that he gave me another opportunity to have this go round, to see that I was missing a link. And that misguided anger that I was directing towards him, that's stemming all the way from childhood, from me feeling like I have to be heard, I have to defend myself. I don't have to defend myself anymore. My character shows in the way that I move, the way that I do things. And everybody that truly knows me knows that my heart is made of almost pure gold. The only time that my mood wavers is when people intentionally pick and poke, which is what I know he was trying to do. But anyways, I'm just sending love, light, and blessing his way. I still don't have no hatred for him or anybody else that feels hatred towards me, because that made me feel low. It really does, to like send hate other people way. So I'm not going to do that as retaliation. But what I am going to do is send him healing to the part of his heart and soul that makes him despise people that actually come into his life to offer him, you know, genuinity, because obviously he couldn't recognize that because he never had it before. But anyways, God bless y'all. My time is up and I'm out.